Hello, welcome to 2023. I know it's been a bit, but I'm back. 2023 is gonna be a good year, and today we are doing the HGTV Urban Oasis from last year. Okay, I'm a little bit behind, but I got this done the first couple days of 2023. So I was like, this is gonna be the first video I put out because I know it's like an older thing, but like not. Like I just built it. It was on my list to do for a long time, and I was like, you know what? Let's do that as my first build back in a bit. So here we go. I will have all pictures and the floor plan and everything in the top left corner that you can, watch and look at for comparison as I build, because I basically was looking at these pictures and more on the HGTV website as I made this build. So that's how I made it, look as good as I could to make it as close to reality, which I think it got a little chunky, like the house in The Sims, because of the scale, and you can't do like half quarter tiles or whatever, half walls. It's a little bit thicker, but it still has a basic shape, and every room is based on the photographs of the original house. So I think this is a really fun one to do. I love doing these recreations and bringing to life stuff from real life into the game. So yeah, this is just the floor plan. We're working on the first floor, and I hope everyone had a wonderful new year. I know I've been busy and gone, but I hope to be back with a consistent schedule. Expect videos on this channel once a week on Fridays at 10 a.m. And then my other two channels, which will be for Atlas89 is my Sims my Sims gameplay channel. And then I have another channel that I just started at the end of last year called NerdiMani, and it is me doing nails and making like nerdy nail sets and just like learning how to do my own like fancy polygel nails and doing a bunch of nail art and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, I'll have a link to all my other channels down below. But yes, expect one video a week on all of the channels. So you'll get 3 videos a week from me if you care about all those things. And if not, I'm glad you're here, and I hope you enjoy my builds. This one was like kind of difficult. We did the floor plan I had to keep like messing with on the top floor because it wasn't quite the right like tiles, and it just felt like too skinny or too wide, and so you'll see me changing a lot the floor plan before we even get to decorating. But yeah, this was a good build. I think it looks better in real life. I'll be honest, like I feel like a lot of this build could have been better, and I would have decorated it differently if I wasn't trying to do a recreation, because I do feel like it's a little empty. I know it's like more of like a staged home, so it's not like as realistic, but it feels a little bit empty in The Sims because of the way the scale is. But you'll see. I still think it got the right vibes. Oh, this is interesting. I want to talk about like they do like different houses every year. I think I did the HGTV Smart Home last year, and a couple other ones. I don't remember which one. I know I did the Smart Home, and they're all over the world, and then they like show you the build process and how they design everything, and then they give away the house. Like they do a sweepstakes for like multiple houses every year. So if you want to win a house, check out hgtv.com probably. I don't know. But this house is actually in Nashville. So you'll see inside we have a lot of kind of musical inspired things as much as I could. It was a little tricky to match perfectly, but yeah. But right now we are doing the exterior. You'll see a picture in the top left that has kind of the shape and the windows. So I used, I think, the high school years window that like you can climb out of, but obviously you won't be able to climb out of it because it was perfect when I put the 2 windows side by side. It looked exactly like the ones in their build. So yeah, and then the fence, I couldn't get the quite right fence, so we have a similar fence. I wish the fence was iron, but any of the iron fences just didn't look they're in the right style. So I went with the wooden fence that had the same scheme of the black with the white, horizontal pillars. And yeah, so the roof, because the house is like 1 tile too wide, I think I made it a little bit wider even. I had to like fix a couple things, but because I feel like it's a little bit wider than the real house, it does look like chunky and like kind of funny looking. But hey, it's the essence, okay? Oh yeah, and then I think I moved the porch forward a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, this build was fun. I am looking forward to building more, doing some challenges, not only recreations, but doing like the fun, you know, every room is a different blank. I think I have every room is a different number of tiles as the next one I want to do, but I'm not sure. Like, that's on my list. I have a bunch of things I want to do on my list. Luckily, the landscaping for this lot and this build were, like, super basic. And usually they are in these types of builds because, like, they make the plants be, like, somewhat small so that they grow into more. And so I kind of just tried to make it look almost like what they had in the picture for the landscaping. But in The Sims, it looks very basic. You know, like, I would never leave it so open, but I would definitely have more coverage there. But you know what? I was going true to the style of the house and what they did. And here I think I did an ottoman on the front porch, and then I put a plant on the ottoman because it looked closer than the other ottomans we had or the other tables we had. So it's not a functional table, but it looks like a table. So I even did it on the left side with like some of the electrical work and stuff like that. And also it's all just cobblestone on the side, so like there's no more landscaping. And the backyard is just a deck. So I think it's like in a neighborhood, so there's not a ton of like open space. Oh, that's why it's in an that's why it's called Urban Oasis, I'm guessing. So it's not like the smart home I did was like massive, sprawling, and like I had to do like tons of landscaping outside and a garage and all this stuff. And it was too much. But this one is like, okay, I didn't have a ton of extra space and it worked out. I did start on an even smaller lot and realized I need a little bit bigger lot. So we are still on, I think it's like a 30 by 20 lot. So it's like a decent size, but not super tiny. But it fits this house perfectly. Like if I couldn't make it any bigger and it, you know, it would look weird. So we're just doing the back. There's like literally 3 plants on the patio. Like it's super basic landscaping, which, you know, it's cool. It's kind of more of an urban look, not as much of a suburban style house. So yeah, I don't know. And a lot of guitars. You'll see multiple guitars in this build. I really wish you could hang guitars on the wall. That's really something I wish that The Sims would add, is like hanging up your instruments on a wall. Because, like, I don't want it on the floor always. Like, I want it hanging somewhere out of the way. Like, why can't we do that in The Sims? Like, I feel like there should be a rack that it attaches to the wall. And when your Sims are done with it, they hang it on the wall. Because that's really the best way for your guitar. Not everyone has a stand for their guitar, and I don't want to have to always use a stand. Like, I kind of want to just, like, have it be a piece of the decoration. Also, it sucks, because in this house, they have them on the wall, and I was like, I'm not gonna use tool and mess with that too much. I did actually use tool in this build, but I'm not gonna do that much and try to get a guitar on the wall, because I feel like it would probably like go away anyway. I do all the work and like someone loads the game or a lot, and then it's just gonna like be on the floor. So I just don't want to deal with that. In the backyard, it is a little tricky because apparently there was a garage at this build, but I didn't have the space, and I didn't really want to move to a different area because I wanted it to feel like, you know, you're right next door to your neighbors, and I want to feel like more enclosed and more urban, right? So I decided to cut out the garage, and the patio just kind of ends, and that's why you probably saw like it kind of having a weird wall and stuff, because realistically it was supposed to be attached to a garage on the other side of the deck, but there's no way I can go longer. So I just had to cut off the garage completely, so I apologize in advance. That's the only thing I omitted, basically. Everything else I tried to recreate as perfectly as I could. And yeah, it kind of sucks that you don't have longer lots that are like in urban areas, you know? Like you have giant, massive lots in the middle of the country, but that wouldn't fit the vibe of this house at all. I love this little banquet little area. I was trying to figure out the right stuff to put so it, you know, it fits and doesn't look stupid. I was like, benches, maybe that. Yeah, I think I did the benches in the end. I don't remember. Did I do that? Maybe. And the whole like scale with the wall thing, like I wish I could have done a half tile, you know, like, oh, here's probably where I used tool the most was to scale down and get this poster on the table, because in the banquet they have like a guitar like thing on the table, and it was like I don't know, it was like the center of a guitar, I don't know, and it looked really cool, and I was like, oh, I want something like that. I couldn't think of anything else that would look like that, so I just did the little poster that has guitar necks, and then I used tool to flip it on its side and put it on the table. It was a little tricky, but I got it. It only took me a few minutes, actually. I thought it was gonna be harder. So I think that looks cool. It's not, you know, the same as a picture, but the thought, the essence of it is there, I think. Also, I think I needed a little bit more space in the dining room. It looks good, but I had realized that, like, from the first picture I looked at, it looked different, and then I had to go back and change it later. So if you see it looking kind of funny with one window and one picture on the left there, don't worry about it. It will get changed to be another window, because I think that's how it actually is. And so for this room, this is the den, and the den was really cool and fun, and like, I don't know, it was like this burnt orange color. So I used kind of like a plastery type orange, I think. I don't know. And I wish it was a little bit darker. Like, we don't have a ton of like darker other than going into the brown category. So I was like, I'll keep it a little bit more vibrant. Oh, and the loft couch, perfect for this. Like, not even like it could have been a little bit more rounded, but I love how it looks, and I think it is perfect for this house and for this room. So I did that. And I think a couple ottomans, or these tables? I don't know. No, those are tables, never mind. I did use ottomans multiple times as tables, so I just forgot where I did. And then a couple armchairs, which I didn't, I couldn't find the right color. I felt like the color was just off. So I decided to go with these ones because they were a little bit closer and they kind of matched the wood tone, and the teal looked good. So I was like, you know what, we'll go with those. They're a little less modern than I would like them to be, but they were the right color and a little bit better on the shape than any of the other ones I had. So yeah, that was fun. And this freaking, look at the rug. The rug was super cool. I spoke too slow, but the rug was perfect. It was like an avocado rug, right? I think it's from Season, or I don't know where it's from. I forgot. But it had the perfect pattern with like the zebra print. Oh, because it was like a faux leather rug type thing, some kind of creature, you know. And here we're doing the living room, which has a fireplace that's like in the middle of the wall, which obviously we can't really technically do the same. So I did use this modern fireplace and shrink it, and I think lift it up. And I think it gets, you know, the vibe. And then you got the picture of the girl above it, even though I would probably put a TV there, but you know, in this style, we have to keep it. There's TVs in weird places in this build where like I didn't know what to put, and so I put a tiny TV where I felt like it needed it. I don't know. And it's pretty simple. Like I said, this is like a very simple style, and it's in The Sims, it's kind of plain. And to me, some of the rooms are like too plain, but some of them are like really neat. Like the den, I think was cool, even though it could have used a little bit more decor probably, but it's okay. And then just some plants and a little sitting nook over here with, I think, a little table. But I definitely like wanted more. I was looking at the pictures. I'm like, is that all they really put there? Okay. So just one little plant and a couple chairs and good to go. I use tool a lot to resize things and make them the exact size I wanted, because I feel like some of the times you use the bracket key to increase an item and it just is like way too big, or if you shrink it down it's like way too small, then the tool can help you fix that. And here I was trying to build like the little mudroom shelves like you'll see on the left, but like we didn't have anything quite perfect that matched it. I think I ended up going with the Dream Home Decorator more instead of that shelving I did. Yeah, I was like, you know what, it's not orange, but it's like the wood tone is closer to orange, so I just wanted to use that because I felt like it looked better than the shelving. And then we just add more, you know, cluttered pieces and shoes and all the things. Oh yeah, this is another spot where there's a weird TV because I just put a TV by the door because, okay, in this build, they have like smart home controls all over the place. And it just didn't, like, we didn't have anything like it. So I just put a TV and I shrunk it down a couple times and then put it on the wall wherever there was like one of those things. It's like a thermostat, control your house device thingy. So that's the reference to that. And hopefully it looks okay. It's not, you know, perfect. This bathroom was kind of fun. I liked doing the movie posters. I know they're more like inspirational posters, but we didn't have a lot of those in the shape I wanted. So I decided to do movie posters for that bathroom. Yeah, it's close. Nashville movie, music, similar concept, yeah? So here you'll see the living room is different. I changed the windows, so there's 2 windows and only 2 curtains, and it's more appropriate. And here's this like a weird section of the build that was like under the staircase, and on the floor plan there was no info on like what it was. It was just like empty, but like it was on the floor plan, and so I didn't know what to do with it, so I turned it into like a pantry. It's not, you know, ideal, but they didn't give me anything to work with, so I kind of just improvised with the space and was like, well, this could be a nice little, you know, pantry in the kitchen area that's like just extra storage. My parents kind of have one under the staircase like that, so I think, oh yeah, I went back later and did the roof a little bit different. I think I did the trim in blue at the end too. I didn't like how the black looked on the trim, but they did mention there was a lot of skylights, and so I wanted to try to add some skylights. So see how that looks in the bathroom though? It does add like a really nice sunlight glow to the space. I don't know. So yeah, I did sunlights even though they don't look great from the outside, but I mean inside they look awesome. Like look at the floor there, that looks so cool. So yeah, and the landing is way bigger than in the game. Or no, it's way bigger in the game than in real life. So it was kind of empty feeling. That was one of the worst rooms for the scale. I feel like that was so tricky because everything else was perfectly, you know, closer to the right scale. So like I couldn't change the landing to be skinnier because then it would make every other room way too big. So I kind of had to deal with the landing being a lot larger, but you have a lot of space to do whatever you want with it. Like you can put anything up there. You can put another desk, because I don't think I put a computer anywhere because apparently they don't put computers in these houses. I don't know. They just have like papers and a journal and books on any desk in the house. So if you want to make a little office on the landing, it's not a bad idea. So, or you can put the cupcake machine or anything else you can think of. I don't know. This is the main master bedroom. It's kind of darker. It's kind of just gray and wood tones, kind of earthy. And I think it looks really cool. The shape, again, is slightly off, so it's like a little bit... It's more of a rectangle in real life, but in The Sims, because of how everything else had to be, it ended up being this kind of weird shape, but I was still able to capture the essence of that room and fill it with a good amount of stuff. And the patio, again, pretty basic, couple chairs, a table, and a plant. And then I decided, just for fun, because I did see some plants in this picture, where I was like, oh, they do have some plants over there. So I decided to fill in a little bit of plants in the corner, because I feel like leaving it super empty would have been just bleh. Oh, I was struggling with this bathroom. This is this main master bathroom suite. I was struggling with the counters, because I did not like how the end counters looked for the pool kitchen stuff counters that I was using, so that kind of sucked. And then I realized that the shower wall, is like open, but then it's like all glass. So I go back later and add like an actual wall and a door to get to the bathtub and the shower, which are on the right side. And yeah, I changed my mind so many times with the countertops here. And there was no mirror that worked either. I was so frustrated with the mirror situation because none of them looked like the mirror they had. And it was just like, why don't we have just simple basic mirrors? I don't get it. We have too much like fancy ones and then too many that are just like plain rectangles, but they're too small and they have a border. I just want borderless but small mirror that you can like do side by side to make them hopefully line up. And I don't know, I wish they would do that. So I was like trying to figure this out. I was like, oh, what door can I do? And then I put a window there. So like it's kind of janky, but you know, you get the vibe. And I think I did an actual wall on the left side there in the end because I was like, this looks dumb like that. I might as well just do that and then do a window. I've done that before, where you'll build it out with like all glass like that. It's not great, but it works. And there's like a little bathroom, little tiny room, literally a plant, you know, toilet paper and a picture on the wall. And then we got the final walk-in closet, which has a lot of Dream Home Decorator. Dream Home Decorator, like, I don't know what I'd do without it. Like, I'm so thankful for that pack because honestly, as a builder, so many things nowadays are, you know, this type of style. And I'm just like, finally, we have modular type stuff where you can kind of build your own things and have it look really cool. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could do these types of builds if we didn't have Dream Home Decorator. So I only started doing it in the I think after Dream Home Decorator, I started doing the HGTV recreations. Maybe. I don't remember if I did it before that, but Dream Home Decorators, I think it's been out like 2 years now. Right? Yeah, because My Wedding Stories was last year. Dream Home was the year before that, and we're coming up on 2 years. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, and then we're doing the first guest bedroom, which is burnt orange. More of that orange, which is interesting. Not my favorite, but like, I don't hate it. I just wish it was, I don't know. I wish we had more options in The Sims, because that bed is like, it's the only one I could find that had the somewhat the style, which a lot of pillows and looks super cozy. Like, actually, that bed's pretty close to the picture. There's a few things I would change on it, but it's not bad. And again, super simple, pretty basic bedroom. And then this is the second bedroom. It's darker, moodier. There's a picture of Casey Musgraves. They worked with her, and she did the art, or someone did the art. I don't know, paintings of her. And I was like, oh god, I don't have that in The Sims. And I already did the girl, the other girl painting, so I did that one, and I think it's okay. And then the little walk-in closet. So a little walk-in closet. I think that one works pretty well for a guest room. And then I think we're at the final bit. I know it's a long one, guys. I've been rambling. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm like, this bathroom, again, pretty simple. I wish, you know, it was a little more interesting to decorate, but, you know, doing these kind of staged homes, they're usually, like, really basic in their decor because they want it to appeal to more people. If it's too much clutter, then, yeah. And then The Sims is like, it looks good. But that's it! Final reveal, you'll see the roof has changed a little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. And some pillars on the front. But, yeah, enjoy the screenshots. I hope you guys enjoy watching and listening to me ramble about Sims and whatever else the heck that I rambled about. I don't even remember, but, yeah. This is a lot of fun. I look forward to doing a ton more videos. If you have any requests for videos you want to see me do in the new year, leave a comment, let me know. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. See you next week. Bye!